So the drama with the Outlaws and that bar fight over in Indiana continues. Now there seems to be a so-called witness, and you never can trust the media to tell you the truth here, but says it's not true. He would have paid his tab. What they're saying is a lie. So you got all these kind of people, they're trying to get media attention right now, but we'll go over the article. Also, this is a good one. Red River is set to return, baby. Here we go.
Rev it up, feel the roar, hit the road, let's explore. Insane Throttle bringing news by James Hollywood Mason Carey. Engine scream, we ride free. Truth and grit for you and me. From the streets to your screen. Biker news, the real scene.
Okay, here we go. We're going to go and get this first. Then we'll go into the outlaw stuff. Taos news. Bikers begin to return to Red River for Memorial Day. This is by Olivia Lewis. And if you don't know what happened with this, there was the Banditos and another motorcycle club. They're claiming that there was a mass shooting, which is bull. There was not a mass shooting at the Red River. That's why you always get, you know what, if you want biker news, come over to Insane Throttle. We're not going to, we're going to call them out. For decades, thousands of bikers parked their motorcycles bumper to bumper for the annual Red River Memorial Day motorcycle rally. And but in 2 years following a deadly shootout between rival motorcycle gang members, the gleam of Harleys has dimmed. My God, with the drama, man. Get to the who, what, why, where, and how. It's like these freaking reporters forgot that kind of stuff. Anyway, God, you get tired of the drama from the press. That could change if Motherlode Saloon let's see here, second annual Revive the Ride held over Memorial Day weekend was any indication. The first violent free revival of the rally did not attract the thongs of bikers of the past, but nevertheless gained traction. The first violent free, really? There was one incident. Give me a break. I'm already bored of your story. Steve Heglund, owner of the Motherlode Saloon, estimate business was up 10 to 15% compared to 2024, and an increase in suspects were shared across town as he suspects. The horrific event that happened 3 years ago destroyed the revenue stream from the weekend and put many businesses like my own in the shock cycle that we've yet to recover from. And that's the thing about bar stuff. And one of the biggest reasons why a lot of bars don't allow colors, because when you put your life savings into a business, you do not want it ruined by a bunch of maniacs. Let's just be honest there. People ask me that. Well, if you had a bar, would you allow it? No, I wouldn't. And I'm being straight up. It's my money on the line and not other people's money online. We were coming up with ideals, and there's certainly a group within the community that aren't happy with it, but it's a necessary thing to have here. We need the revenue. And that's the thing out the club members, man. You got to start thinking about the businesses. They're putting it on the line, man. You don't have to pay for it. They do. All the victims were members of a rival motorcycle club, the Banditos and Water Dogs, according to the New Mexico State Police. There was arrest, and it goes on to say, I actually was in Red River just prior to that, the undersheriff. a motorcyclist himself. I rode my motorcycle up that weekend and was there. I was leaving town as the whole thing happened. I found out, who cares what you have to say? Whatever. I think it's inevitable. We'll probably begin to attract more bikers because I think they had a really good time this year and the weather was pretty. You don't want to say that. You would want to say, you know what, the weather was good or something. Calhoun said, but the town's focus is always going to be on the family and the memorial aspect of it. Let's see here. It goes on to talk about how that was criticized for canceling it, which it really hurts people when you close some of this stuff down. Going on to the Atlanta Black Star, never heard of it. But it seems like they're probably like a news aggregator or something, or they get all their stuff off the wire. So I'm just reading it with you, but I don't know who this paper is. He always pays his tab. Witnesses dispute claim beat down a black man by white biker gang. Oh my God, with that stuff, man, with that crap. A viral video showing a group of white men beating a black customer at a Fort Wayne, Indiana bar sparked considerable outrage and a quick rationalization from the establishment owner. There are two sides of every story. Pike's pub owner Kelly Rost, who was not present when the fight occurred, said the melee originated after the black man refused to pay his tab. But a witness, here comes all the so-called witnesses. They're running to the newspapers. They always do this stuff. Who knows the victim? Well, you know what? If the witness has a name, no freaking unnamed sources. Let's hear his name. Let him step forward. The bartender told him he could have another drink. The witness told WANE TV in Fort Wayne. The owner's boyfriend told him he was cut off, and the owner's boyfriend was way more drunk than he was. Ralph's boyfriend appeared to be on the power trip when he kicked black man, a regular customer, out of the bar, who was granted anonymity for fear against the witness, who was granted anonymity for fear of retaliation against him and his family from the Outlaws Motorcycle Club. So basically, you have no proof. That's what you have. You have no proof what this dude has to say. Who frequent the bar. Many of the participants in the fight wore vests. He planned on paying. He wasn't trying to leave without paying. It was never about the bar tab. He always pays it. Well, I don't know, man. I can't stand the unnamed sources. And that's one thing with Insane Throttle we've done is if you're not willing to come on the show and give your viewpoints or your counter to a story that we cover, we're not going to do it for you. There has to be a name, a face, whatever attached to that. Or we do put out statements from clubs, but they have to be from somebody who actually can do that. It's very early in the investigation. He's still getting the case together. I guess they put a detective on that. I'm surprised the feds haven't come in. Always stick your noses and stuff. I want everybody to not have to feel like they're walking on eggshells when they go into any of the bars, he said. Whether they're white, whether they're black, whether they're Mexican, Latino, Dominican, everyone should be entitled to go into the bar. And then it goes into what they seen, and it goes into the Outlaws and all that kind of stuff. All you have to do is listen for the hard R's in the background. All you have to do is listen to the chant of beat 'em, beat 'em. Well, that happens on the other side too, but it's never really covered in the news, is it? But yeah, the drama keeps on going. Now they're adding unnamed sources to everything. You all, and there was more of a video than a lot of us put up, but the drama continues, baby. The drama continues with that, and it's probably not going away anytime soon, because you're going to see a lot more people come out and say, yeah, this happened, or no, that didn't happen. That's why you got to get the who, what, why, where, and how, but that is not the media these days. Seriously, oh man, serious. Don't forget to join the Insanity, baby, the members only, and also Insanity Music. That's our new YouTube channel. Get all kinds of tunes, man, for your playlist to ride on that motorcycle with. Catch you later. Join the Insanity by becoming a member of the Insane Throttle Club. Get hundreds of members-only videos and hundreds of hours of members-only content. We have 3 affordable levels: Hang Around, Prospect, and Full Patch. Each level helps support each channel and all of our biker content. Get content of interviews with the who's who in the motorcycle and biker lifestyle scene. Subscribe on the Insane Throttle YouTube channel now and get access to the members only today and become part of the Insanity.
Welcome to 1990 Chicago, where trust is a trap and betrayal runs deep. The Betrayal Chronicles real-life book series by James Hollywood Machikari drags you into the middle of the biker underworld like never before. In Power and Betrayal, a kingpin rises and falls in a storm of drugs and deceit. Then Brotherhood and Betrayal throws you into a fight for loyalty where every choice bleeds. Get the Betrayal Chronicles series now with grit, guilt, and redemption on every page. Available on Amazon and everywhere books are sold. Also available is autographed copies by James Hollywood Machikari on www.insanethrottlebikernews.com.